Hey, good morning, you guys. I wanted to talk about something because I'm a little frustrated. Um, I'm really frustrated because the other day, my mother was trying to get me to go out and vote, and I said I'm not voting because I just not voting. I said the reason why, I want to tell y'all like the reason why I'm not voting no more. Like this country will never see my vote again a day in my life. And yes, I'm just one person, but um at the end of the day, like, you start voting at the age of 18. So from then on, I have been voting ever since. And there's just a lot of things that have been coming to the light, especially in 2020 about the government and how crooked and how manipulative and how evil and how corrupt they are and how they try to fool us black American people. This country does not care about black American people. And, a lot of people will say that, well, you live in a country where you can go out and you can go out and make money and, you pretty much have freedom of speech. And, America is a great country when it comes to being compared to other countries and how they operate and stuff. Yes, this is America, so you don't have to deal with a lot of the stuff, a lot of the things that goes on in third world countries. That is the truth, but at the end of the day, I feel like black people have been, black people have been the target since day one. And I feel like a lot of times I don't even feel free in this country. A lot of times I don't feel free in this country, and the reason why is because black people, we deal with so much on a regular basis, and this country was built on racism. And I have seen what they have done to black communities, what they have done to Black Wall Street, and how they tore down black communities when we were thriving and when we had money and we had our own, we pretty much had, all our businesses in one area. And we were doing really good, and they came and they destroyed it. And like now I just feel like, black people, there's definitely a mental problem. Something is going on with black people in our bloodlines, in our DNA, our genetic makeup, whatever you want to call it. Something is going on because, since day one, I always feel like I'm a target. I always feel like I'm a target. Even though I'm a woman, I have dealt with a lot of things, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm just sick. And I feel like as a whole, black American people are mentally sick. And I don't mean that in a crude or a bad way or anything like that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I do feel like black American people specifically have a mental problem. And I think that we have gotten so much to the point where, you know, white people, try to shut us down, try to take from us as much as we can, especially something something when they notice that a person who is black American or a group of people that could be black American are thriving and doing good, and they don't want to see a change in this country. They want to have all the power, and they fear black power. They fear this country turning into, I don't even say turning into anything, but they they for one want to keep us divided. And I know y'all think that I'm going all over the place with this, but I'm trying my best to gather my thoughts and trying to articulate, my words to you guys. So just bear with me. And the reason why I was saying that I'm not voting anymore, because they don't want to give us our reparations. All the hard work and all the pain and suffering Black American had to endure during this country, and for us to want what we are owed in this country, and to have white people telling us that we don't deserve it. Slavery was such and such amount of years ago. Why are black people still complaining? Black people that were born in this generation haven't had to even go through slavery. They never went through that. But we never went through that, but we suffer mentally and psychologically from slavery. All that pain and suffering that black people have endured, back in those times and stuff. The people, the Black American people of this generation, you know, we suffer from it. We feel it, and there's a reason why we operate a certain way. There's a reason why we fear the police. There's a reason why we fear certain white people. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily because we were taught to be fearful of white people because of what happened to Black Americans, but we also have felt it psychologically. It's like it's embedded into our blood, into our DNA. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things have just came to light in 2020, and I have figured out, and I have come across certain things that have happened in 2020 that I haven't known forever. I'm just now finding out this information, so I'm just like, I am no longer going to continue to be a sheep. I am no longer going to continue to to be blinded by all the stuff that is going on. So America's not going to get my vote. And truth be told, I honestly don't care what happens to it. I care about myself, I care about my health, but I do not care about the overall. I don't care about the overall of America. I don't. If you don't care about me, you don't care about black people dying, you don't care about my feelings. You just look at me like I'm an animal. Because we know that how white people feel about us. They feel like we're animals. They feel like, we were meant to be slaves. A lot of them feel like, black people are inferior to them. They might not say it, but we know how they feel. We know deep down inside how they feel. That's why you see all these videos of the so-called Karens, harassing black people, calling them the N-word, just basically, invading our privacy, trying to tear us down any old type of way that they can do. And this is what they used to do back in the day, when all the cameras and stuff didn't exist, or we didn't have social media back in those days and stuff like that. So they got away with it. They got away with accusing black men of raping them and harassing them, and that has caused black men or black people to be lynched. I even know the story of the black guy that was accused of raping a white woman. He was put on the electric chair. He was completely innocent, but these government politicians, or whoever runs the world, the white people that run the world and stuff like that, they wasn't going for it. They didn't want to hear his explanation. They didn't want to hear his story. They didn't want to hear his side of the story or whatever. They didn't give him the chance to explain himself because he was looked at as if he was nothing, an animal, to be, just to be discarded or whatever. So, he was killed. He was murdered because he was accused of raping a white woman. So they put him on an electric chair. You know what I'm saying? And we are taught not to express ourselves. We are taught that it's okay to be walked on by white people. It's okay to be harassed by white people. It's okay for white people to call us out our name and call us the N word and stuff like that. But we're not supposed to respond back. We're not supposed to, get into an argument with these people for defending ourselves. We're looked at as we're the bad ones for simply defending ourselves when we were attacked first. You know what I'm saying? And so if this country does not care about Black American people, as a whole, why should we care? Why should we go out and vote? Why should we care what happens to this country? I don't care. At this point, I care enough to the point where I'm going to make my money. But, that's about it. You know, other than that, they talking about they need the Black people vote. We need Black people to get out and vote. What you need our vote for? You know what I'm saying? What do you really need our vote for? If our vote, apparently doesn't count. What do you need our vote for? Because I realized why they gave us Obama. I realized they used Obama as a puppet, and yes, I do believe that they used Obama as a puppet. And he did nothing for Black American people. And Trump, I don't trust him. I don't even care. I don't care about the fact that he gave us a stimulus check or whatever. And yeah, he might be doing some things that are considered to be right or that might change some people's lives. I still don't trust him either. He's doing a lot of crooked stuff. But like I said, if they don't care about Black American people, I don't care about this country. I don't give a damn what happens to this country. You know what I'm saying? You made your bed, and now you have to sleep in it. So. America doesn't get a vote for me. If our vote don't count, what you need our vote for? What we voting for? If our vote don't count, if our say so don't count, you know what I'm saying? And we have been, needing these reparations, for white people to give us what is owed to us, but we're still looked over any group that, stays in America. You know what I'm saying? They allow foreigners to come in here and get grants and buy houses and get loans and stuff like that. But the Black American people who have made this country, who were born in this country, have no rights whatsoever. We're just looked at as, slaves or whatever. So, that's just my take on it. But, I'll talk to y'all the next time. But thanks for watching.